Hey Roxanne, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for doing this again. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Can you
Um,
hear me okay?
yeah.
Awesome.
Um, let's just start off. Lauren Murphy's someone you've had your eye on for a while, and it's been a lot of respectful call-outs. Like, are you glad you're finally getting the chance to fight her?
Yes, I'm very glad. I've been wanting to fight her for a while, and we've been kind of calling each other out, so I'm excited.
Is it better too that it's against someone that will make weight 100%?
Yes, that's part of the reason why I want to fight her so badly, because I'm looking at the other girls in the top 10, and like so many of them have missed weight, and I'm really not interested in fighting someone who might miss weight. And if you look at my most recent fights, my my only two losses in the UFC, other than the title fight, were against people who missed weight. Right? All the other people who made weight, I beat them. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's the reason I lost, but just putting that out there.
And
It sucks. It's
I,
important, you know? It's unprofessional. It pisses me off. Because I deprive myself of sushi for a reason.
do you think there has to be more done for weight cuts? Like, I see a lot of people thinking maybe you take a point at the start of the fight, because I just think just taking 20%, it hasn't really gone to a lot of people, or people will still take the weight miss.
Yes, I think I'm the person who's been campaigning for taking the point at the beginning of the fight. And it's a great idea because it actually makes the weight miss affect the actual fight, because the extra weight affects the fight. So I think it's silly to just have, I think that, it needs to affect the actual fight. Otherwise, the person who misses is like, whatever. And again, my sushi suffering must be, you know, acknowledged.
Your last win was obviously a mass one over Macy Barber. Were you looking to return a bit sooner and just build off that win, or was this kind of the right time frame for you?
I always want to fight as soon as possible. Are you referring to like the timing of my fight right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when the pandemic hit and the lockdown hit, I was like, oh, I have to stay ready, and I just kept training as hard as I could in my coach's garage. Like AJ Matthews, my Muay Thai coach, I hit him up. I'm like, hey, can you hold mitts for me? Because John was like quarantining himself with JoJo, and so yeah, that was cool. But that being said, I kind of am happy now that it's this timing. Like I think I might have been physically ready before, but not really wanting to venture out or travel or anything and have the fight, and now that I think the UFC has a good procedure for testing and quarantining and not having a live audience, like, okay, now I feel better about it. Like I wouldn't have wanted to like go to California in the really bad state. So I think it's finally good. Like now is good.
What's kind of interesting about this fight too is I'm not sure many people realize is you and Lauren were actually on the same tough season. So how did you guys spend a lot of time training, or did you know a lot about her on that season?
Um, First she was on Team Alvarez, and I was on Team Gaethje. So we just met up. I mean, we just saw each other in the house. We lived in the same house, and that was cool. So we got to talking, and that was nice. She came over to our team at the end of the season, and I only trained with her once, just because of the way like people's fights fell. So I don't really know her style very well. I mean, I other than what I watched on tape. So that's cool. It's still going to be like a brand new fight for me. But we're friendly.
And whenever we talk, we always talk about the betting odds of how you've never been a favorite yet in the UFC, but
Am I a favorite now?
you are the favorite in this fight.
What? I know. I'm so excited. Kind of. I don't know. I want my friends to make money off of me, and I'm breaking my record.
Yeah, well,
But it's cool.
Is like, what's that like for you? Because obviously, it seems like your whole career, everyone's overlooked you. Like since you've returned to the UFC, you've been an underdog in every single fight. Now, finally, after so many wins, beating Barber, like beating Shevchenko, you're finally getting this respect. Do you feel that?
I do. That's really really cool. Actually, now that you mention it, like, dude. Okay, I gotta shout out to the homies on ShareDog. Thank you for supporting me now. Like, there are Roxy support threads and people actually thinking I'm gonna win. Especially the Eater of the Souls guy. I forget his entire nickname, but he's pretty cool. Said some really nice things about me on the forums. So I know I've made it big when the ShareDog people, the majority of them, think I'm going to win the fight. So I'm super stoked about that. That's like, dude, I was having a bad day and I just read the ShareDog. I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. I had a better day.
And obviously, a lot of gyms are shut down, but I know you were still doing work with Calderwood. Were you still able to do quite a bit of work with Calderwood ahead of this fight?
Sort of. Yes and no. I don't know. My fight camp has been like split in half. The first half was in AJ's garage and the park near AJ's house with him and a few other training partners. And then the second half has been like more recently with JoJo and some other people. So I don't know. I still feel good. I feel stronger and better and much improved.
How hard is that, like, mentally on you, just not having a set training camp and having to work around everything that's going on?
It was really hard. It like huge emotional roller coasters all the time. Just super stressful. But I can't say enough about how supportive AJ, my teammate, has been for me. You know, just being like, it's okay, let's just keep training, and it was just so cool to have that support. And Lorenzo Pavlica, my strength and conditioning coach, he's been amazing, inviting me to his backyard to train and, you know, supporting me. Just those two guys have really been my rocks in this whole stupid pandemic thing. So now it's kind of cool to get back to kind of normal. The gym's open again.
This fight is obviously will be in front of no fans. You have 2 stints on The Ultimate Fighter, so do you think that's going to help you as you know what fighting in front of no fans is like?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm used to it. I think that it didn't take that long to get used to, even on The Ultimate Fighter, just because I knew I just knew what was at stake. There was so much at stake. Like, it was so silent, but I knew everybody was watching. So, but yeah, it's cool. I can hear my corners really well. I can hear the other corners. And apparently, according to the other fighters, you can hear the the commentators. So that'll be cool. See what they say about me. Oh, Roxanne's got a blah, blah, blah. Ooh, okay.
And with the fight happening at the Apex, it's obviously the smaller octagon too. Do you think that's gonna play a factor in your fight?
I don't know. I think it's the same size as the tough cage, right?
Yeah, it is.
So sure, whatever. I mean, I really don't care. It should be fine. I like using the cage, so if we're closer to it, that's fine. Yeah.
This fight against Lauren, like, how do you see this fight playing out? Because to me, like, yours, just the way yours 2 styles meshes, it can go so many different ways. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just strictly ground or if it's stand up. Like, how do you see it playing out?
I know she's so well rounded, but we're going to smash each other a lot, and I'm going to come out with the win. It's going to be great. Hopefully, it'll be fight of the night. But I wouldn't mind knocking her out or submitting her or something and just getting the win anyway. So either way is good as long as I get the win.
I don't know if you've heard it. Obviously, since the fight, Macy's said she wants to run things back once she's healthy. Is that something you're ever interested in again, is having a rematch with her? Or you just kind of focused on anyone ahead of you?
I'm not really interested. And I mean, I'm going to fight whoever the UFC tells me to fight, but I'm not really interested in having that rematch.
With obviously your teammate and good friend Caldwell fighting for the belt, like, if she does beat Shevchenko, like, would you 2 ever fight, or is that something you guys have to discuss later on?
Yeah, everybody's been asking me that, and my answer will be the same in that I'm not looking past Lauren. You know, so many different things could happen. I'm just focusing on Lauren and what I'm going to try to do to her in our battle.
And this fight is obviously 5 or 6. Like, where do you think that win over, like, if you do get past Lauren, like, where do you think that puts you in the division? Because flyweight, like, you could be right there. Like, you could be next in line for the belt.
Yeah, I try not to pay too much attention to the rankings unless I'm up there, and then I go boast to my mom and dad, Daddy, look, I'm number 4. So, I don't know. I just fight whoever the UFC tells me to fight.
And what do you think it's going to be like fight week with, like, just not allowed to leave your hotel? Like, do you think that's going to be awkward and weird?
I'm hoping I'll be able to go home until, like, the weekend. I don't know. I'm trying to ask because I live here, right? So, I don't know. We'll find out. I have to get the rules.
And this fight is obviously a crucial one in the flyweight division. You also have the week before Jessica I fighting in the main event. Like, it seems like they're starting to build up flyweight. Like, do you agree with that? Is they're starting to put more emphasis on you guys coming up and giving Shevchenko more contenders?
I think that the flyweight division is, like, one of the most interesting and stacked divisions. You know, it's, you know, been around, and it seems like a good weight for females. You know, females tend to miss weight and then go up. So, like, everyone's coming to the flyweight division. That's cool. I don't really know if it's about feeding Shevchenko, but, you know, she's certainly the goal. I'm excited to see that fight.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
I really like the fight. There's obviously a lot of people complaining about, like, what do you make of that? Because some people weren't too happy that was the main event.
It's the main event.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not paid to decide these things.
With your fight, like, you guys in the middle, like, after this, like, when is the ideal time frame for return? Is it just all depending on the fight?
It just depends on the fight. I mean, I always want to fight as soon as possible. I'd rather not. I'd rather fight more than twice a year. So before the end of the year would be great.
Yeah, because I'm looking at your record. You've basically only fought twice a year all the time. Is that something that
Yeah.
is more just on the UFC or not on you?
Oh yeah, I always want to fight more. 4 times a year would be awesome, or whenever I feel like it, like Cowboy or like whoever, McGregor. They could be like, yeah, give me a fight, and the UFC says sure. So that would be great. But whatever, I just do what they tell me.
You're fighting now where it seems like a lot of restrictions are tightening down. Like there's a lot of less rules about the COVID, but early on, like at the beginning, were you hesitant to accept a fight? Like, is this now the right time for you?
So actually, let's see, March, April, May. In April, they offered me a fight on early May, and I was like, what? Like, really? And I said, okay. Like, oh, I got to get my 2 training partners, and I got to get, like, just trying to figure it out. But then Lauren said no, and then after she said no, I was like, good. I'm glad she said no. I think she wanted more time, which is great. So it turned out for the best. Like, I would have done it, but it's better now.
Well, Roxanne, that's all I have. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.